Hi guys, welcome to our devotion for today, Tuesday, April 5th. Today I want to talk about making judgments for yourself. A lot of times when we are getting to know a new person or a new teacher or a new game or a new sport or anything that is new, we tend to ask people that are more familiar with that person or thing what they're like or how it is, and based on what that person says, we go into those situations, meeting that new person or attending that new club or new sport or anything like that. We go into it with something called a preconception, which basically means that you make up your mind about something based on what somebody else says before you even get to know it yourself. Like if somebody said, "Oh, you have this teacher next year, they're super mean," you might go into that class already thinking, "Oh, this is terrible, this person's going to be so mean," and you might find that they're maybe strict, but that they're actually really nice and really excited about teaching and really passionate, and maybe that person just had a different experience. So it's very important that we make our judgments for ourselves and that we are willing to look at people and experiences and things from our own perspective, from our own experience, and not necessarily from the experience of other people. Another example I can give is I really like spicy food. My husband does not like spicy food. So if he asks me, "Is this spicy?" my answer will probably be, "No, not really." But if he eats it, it might be to him very spicy. So he can't really take my word, my experience of that food, and use it to make a decision about his experience of the food. Just the same thing if somebody says, "Oh, that new student that just came in our class, they're weird." Well, if you talk to them, you might find out that they're not weird. You might find out that it was just their first day the day before, and they were really shy. So it's really, really important that we make our own judgments, that we make our own, form our own opinions, that we make our own decisions about things. That doesn't mean that we can't listen to other people's advice. It doesn't mean that other people's advice is always bad. It just means that when you go into a situation, you need to be able to say to yourself, "Okay, this is what I've been told about this situation, but let's see if what I'm experiencing matches what I've been told." We need to be sure that we are not judging other people or other activities or other things just based off of what other people have said. All the Pharisees, for example, in the Bible, the Jewish priests, they all thought that Jesus was crazy. They all thought that he was a liar. And if everybody had believed them, we would not have Christianity, Catholicism today. There were people who listened to what the Pharisees, the priests, had to say about him, but then when they listened to Jesus preaching, they said, "Okay, what the Pharisees have said, all the bad stuff about Jesus, doesn't really match what I'm experiencing from Jesus. He seems like a really honest, wonderful guy that can do all these amazing, great things. And obviously God gave him the power to do that." And those people made the decision to ignore the Pharisees and make their own choice about Christ, to follow him, to be his disciples. So it's very important that we allow ourselves to make our own opinions, our own decisions, and think for ourselves. So the next time somebody tells you something negative about another person or another activity or another object, make sure that you give that person or experience or item a chance before you just automatically say, oh, this is bad, or I don't like this, or I don't like that person. Make sure that you're allowing yourself to experience that on your own. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Lord of all, please remove my judgment so that I see others the way you do, through your loving and accepting eyes. Please allow me to walk into every situation with my eyes open and not to take the words of others always at face value.